Welcome to another 7th grade sample problem from the Smarter Balanced test. These are all in the public domain. These are all from the training test, the test sample page, so anyone can access these online. I'm just picking a few that I know from my classroom experience might cause people some trouble. Let's look at this one. We have an inequality here. Inequality means that is not an equal sign, okay? And if you remember, I don't know if you remember this or were taught this, but hey, if you have a dot on a number line, that's an equality, okay? That's an equation. And when you have an open circle, that's an inequality. An inequality can look like this, or this, or this, or this. Okay, it just can't look like that. So, since this is an inequality, let's look at our choices over here, because we know that test-taking strategies are different than actual math skills. Okay, please know that. Here we go. So I've got this is an inequality, this is an equality, and this is also an equality, right? So we are not going to choose B or D. So we're just eliminating a couple choices that we know not to be true. Okay, this could be an equal sign. This could also be greater than or equal to, okay? So those don't work because we have just a plain old less than sign. Now, a very simple strategy you can use here is substitution. You might think of this as a guess and check strategy, okay? Which means simply I'm going to substitute a number for x. And I always like to use 0. Why? Because it's so easy. Negative 3 times 0 is 0, which leaves us with negative 5 is less than negative 2. Is this true? Well, yes, it is true. It is true, which means 0 is a solution. There are other solutions, but 0 is one of them. So let's look at our remaining choices. I got choice A, where 0 is a solution, and I've got choice C, where 0 is not a solution. Okay, so based on that, I would choose C. Or no, what am I doing? A is the solution. Sheesh, Mr. Witcher, keep track of your own stuff. Okay, so this is the yes. All right, now there's another way to solve a problem like this. We can solve it algebraically, okay? And here's what I mean. We're going to get the same answer, A, but if you think in a different way, this might work for you. Okay? We can just do something like this. Let's go to red. Negative 3x minus 5 is less than negative 2. And we just solve it algebraically as if it were an equation, right? Add 5 to both sides gives us negative 3x is less than 3. Then we divide by the coefficient. When you divide by a negative coefficient, very important, in an inequality, it actually changes the direction of the inequality sign. So what we end up with here is x is greater than negative 1. Okay. Now if you're wondering why that works, like, what? That's crazy. How do you know to switch that? Well, just like any time, we can do a quick little proof using simple numbers. For example, if I say negative 3 times 0 is less than 3, that's true, right? And if they switch sides, 0 is less than 3, that means 3 is greater than 0, doesn't it? Okay. Let's try it with a number. Okay, if I do -3 times 1 is less than 3, which means -3 is less than 3. So if I was going to divide by -3, this would be 1 is less than -1, right? That doesn't make sense. No. But what does make sense is -1 is less than +1, right? So that's the proof why we need to change the direction of the sign, of the inequality. Okay? So we've got that. So anyway, we can solve algebraically, remembering to, you can use little numbers and substitution to prove if you're getting in the situation you're like, I don't know if I'm supposed to switch the direction of the inequality or not. Well, do a quick little substitution. That's my best strategy there. Best strategy for an inequality, especially when you're not sure of all the little rules and tricks and stuff you learned in class, is do a substitution. In fact, in blue ink up here, the first thing we did, that was the best thing. It ended up being true. Our choice is A here. Okay. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more exciting SBAC sample questions. Goodbye.